Good evening YouTube, this is Triple Valve 62 at the depot. Welcome to the video today. Nice to see you. It's been a long time since I've done a model railway video, and I must admit I've been so busy with bits and pieces at home and just various things, I just haven't had much time to do any videos, and also I haven't really done much on the layout in terms of building, but I've done a few little things I want to share with you tonight, so hopefully that you'll enjoy them and enjoy seeing the trains again. Anyway, one of the main things I did recently was the upper deck little high street I've got over here. I've painted the high street pavement and road surface grey because it was that boring factory colour in terms of the wheel scenic pavement sheets. I've painted those grey now, as you can see with it, which I think look much better. And also the road surface, which originally was this colour here, as you can see, and actually repainted that as well to match the pavement, so that gives that a bit better looking appearance. And also the trees themselves cast a nice little shadow on the pavement as well, so I quite like that effect up there. And if you look in my previous videos, you'll see what I mean in terms of what it used to look like. And also under the little road section tunnel mouth, there was a horrible bit of white polystyrene showing. Well, I've actually painted that in a dirty grey colour now, so you can't see it anymore underneath the girders there. It's gone. And the sidewalls there I've weathered a little bit as well, as you can see. So we're getting there anyway. Just little tiny, silly little jobs that just haven't got round to doing. As you can see, my layout, unfortunately, it's not as big as some of the impressive layouts that you see on YouTube. They've got garden sheds and big massive lofts and things like that. I mean, fair play to you, you've got the space, but I've only got a very small spare room in my house, and mine's just on about 9 foot just. And it's not an awfully big layout. It's designed to be simple, but just provides me with hours of fun and enjoyment and a sort of place of privacy when the world goes pear-shaped. I can come in here and get away. My point work is really basic and simple. Some people would argue that it's too basic and it's not very realistic, but the idea is I can run a train, for example, on the outer line here. Technically I can run that across all 3 lines to get to the depot, which is over there, and I can interchange locos and stable locos and then run it back out to whatever job it's going to do next. These are known as facing crossovers in a real railway. A lot of people will say these are quite dangerous in reality, because you could have a more chance of a collision with 2 trains facing each other on the opposite direction than you would say a training crossover. And the third track in, as you can see, has got the same crossover arrangement. If you go at this end and look at it from the footbridge end, you'll see better. But the very right hand side track technically is a trailing crossover, but the direction of travel is actually a facing movement. So it's designed to be a bi-directional work line anyway, which means trains can go in both directions. So that's my little world, my little railway. But anyway, with the recent introduction of the London Transport conveying layout, a bit of full rail action going on, look at that. Trains can run technically a shuttle service in both directions. Loco going around at the moment is one of my prized top locos. Believe it or not, it's a Lima body shell, and it's a Hornby Railroad range Deltic chassis with the improved traction motor compared to the old pancake motors of the Lima decade. So we've got the Hornby Railroad range Class 55 chassis and traction system and pickup system with the original Lima body shell. And the body shell is given a coat of Humbrol Clear varnish, several coats actually, and gives it a nice shiny pristine finish. And it's behind a rake of Eastern Region Mark 1s. and I think that looks alright. So apart from the bit up there in the high street over there, have a little look. So apart from that bit up there, what I did, the other little silly little thing I done was, let me see, oh yeah, we added, if you've not seen this before, I thought with a little idea I done with an old Daypole China clay wagon, we turned it into an ash wagon. We put some Geoscenics fire ash in there, and the dark stuff is from the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. It's genuine clinker mixed in with a bit of that, so it gives matey here something to do when you've got to clean that grubby J94. Look at that dirty boy, look at that dirty boy. That was actually my second weathered loco I've done via airbrushing, with a mixture of dry brushing as well, and I love it. It's amazing what a little bit of modelled dirt and grime does on a railway. Each to his own. I mean, if you want to have a layout without ballast and without scenics and stuff like that, fantastic. I mean, if it provides you, it's your railway, you can do whatever you like. But I think for me, to be honest with you guys, because my railway is quite small, it's not massive, I tended to go for something a little bit compact, but also make up for it scenic wise, and in terms of detailed little things like that. Like I said, having worked on a real full-size railway for 19 years prior to what I'm doing now, little bits of information still stick up the top of the old head, and you tend to remember things how they were in the good days, and also with a handy reference of photographs and books and bits like that, you can recreate a canvas in miniature, whatever scale you model. So if it's 00 or N gauge or whatever, it's your railway, and things like that are very helpful. Anyway, what else have we been up to? Oh yeah, there used to be a water tower over here. As you can see, there's this horrible glue mark which I've got to get rid of around here and do something with that, clean that off and put something nice over that. Maybe it'll just disguise it better, I'll just clear it up. But the other day I had the idea of thinking, well, silly me, why would I put a water tower there? Because the steam locos need to water up at the other end of the station, the departure end, because obviously they're stopping there to pick up and also water up as well. It's no good having it there. So what we've done, because this, I think it was a it's a Pico water tower, it comes as one complete casting, plastic casting, and the only thing you can remove is the top lid and the ladder. The rest of it, the base and the actual thing itself, it's much like a wine goblet to me. That's what I refer to it, because it's one casting. So what we had to do literally was drill a hole in the platform there, file it out with a round file afterwards carefully, and what I've done, I just simply cut off, can't see it too much, but if you zoom in you can see it, it's noticeable, but I will cover this with paint. I just cut, if you see that where that mark is in the paint now, just cut that top off, literally cut the thing in half. And when I opened it up, there was a small, for some reason there was a little bore hole inside there, a round hole, which was perfect for a screw. So we literally screwed the thing down together, back together with one little tiny screw that's holding it in place, and enables us to slide it to the base of the platform, and that looks a bit more realistic, I think. At least it's in the right position, and you've got that nasty sort of toy plasticky base that comes with it out of the way. It looks a little bit better. So that's what we've done with that. What else have we been up to? Oh yeah, if you see my previous video, we're talking about the Traintec sound chip systems that are really easy to do, operate with a coin battery, 3-volt battery system. You can put them in wagons and coaches and bits and pieces. Well, my steam sound unit I originally had in that Great Western ventilated van affair there, that was originally in here. Well, it wasn't very loud, so I wasn't very happy with that, so I thought, oh, we've got a brake van sitting over there, an old Bachmann version that originally came without glazing, and it had loads of window slots inside. So guess what I've done? Took the chassis off, as you can hear. Put the chassis off, and the battery's actually running out on this. Let me take it over to the workbench and I'll show you what I've been doing. Stick the old light on. Right, I'll try and show you this as best I can without going too blurry. As you can hear, it's dropping in and out because the battery's actually going in it. But what we've done, all I've done was I took out that screw there. As you can see to the left of the camera shot, there's a screw. Just basically slacken that off, gently take the chassis off the body, and when you do that, there's literally there's another little square section underneath that you can just literally prise open very gently with a screwdriver, and it comes apart, and you're left actually with access into excuse me, this bit inside here. So once you take the chassis off, in theory, which you can do, you slot the base out. There's an actual, like I was talking about, there's a base underneath here. Pop the base out after you take the chassis off, which reveals access to inside the brake van, and that's exactly where it is. If you don't believe me, I'll show you. So I'll just pause this a minute. Okay, welcome back. As you can hear, it's chuffing away. But there you go, that's just what I was talking about. You see this? When you unscrew that screw on the bottom there, as you can see, once that screw is taken out, it literally leaves a chassis, and this little bit sometimes gets left behind. And all it is the plastic lugs. The plastic lugs that actually sit into the chassis holes there that attach that, they just come off naturally. If you're very careful, you can actually just take that off the guard bone. They normally come apart quite easily without breaking. But as you can see, the whole point is that chassis has been completely removed. It leaves you inside. Da-da-da. You can look at the space you've got in there. You've got tons of space. You could put a Titanic in there. You could put a Class 55 Celtic in there with a rake of 8 coaches. Okay, I'm just exaggerating, but as you can see, there's quite a lot of space in there for one of these sound chip units. As you can see, we've got the motion sensor in there, the batteries in there for easy access, and that all compacts in there quite nicely. And the great thing about it is, if you can see to the right of the camera where the brown wires are, I've actually extended the speaker between the base unit where the power is and the actual speaker. I've actually made a little bit of a more of a separate arrangement. So normally they come just attached on there, but you can desolder the connection and put extension wires on there should you wish to have separate distance between the power unit and the speaker somewhere else. You can do that technically. What I've done with that is just put a little bit more lead on the speakers so they're away from the power unit itself for flexibility. And this end with the brown wires, that's your actual speaker chamber. As you can see, those two brown wires go to the speaker at the end, which you can hear chuffing away at the moment. And the other end, which is this end, as you can see, just about with the light of the camera and my little spotlight there, workbench, you might be able to see the speaker poking through inside there. And as you can see, because there's no glazing on this particular old Blackman brake van model, there's loads of places for the sound to escape. That's why it's nice and loud. So that's fantastic. So I'm well pleased with that. And the battery's going to be changed in a minute because this thing is driving me nuts. Anyway, with that said and done, that's a nice little compact tip idea. So if you've got one of these sound units and you're thinking about where should I put it, you could put it inside a brake van, for example, or a wagon. But I chose the brake van because literally it's got loads of holes in at either end, which allows natural filtration of sound, which gives it a better dynamic sound. And it does sound much better when it's running on the layout, for example, behind a tank engine, something like that. Anyway, I'll shut off now. And thanks for watching. Just a little quick update. And before we finish, I'll leave you with some trains. So see you later. Thanks for watching. I just want to say, out there to the model railway community, before I leave you tonight, wherever you are around the world, it's probably in the morning somewhere where you are, or wherever you are out there, wherever you are watching, thanks so much for watching the videos. Really appreciate your subscriptions and your thumbs up and comments. Thank you so much for all the support. And I want to just mention there's two YouTube channel users or channels that I've just found recently, and I think they're absolutely cracking. One is a gentleman called Barry Davis. Look up his name on YouTube. He's got a fantastic shed layout, really great chap, and just absolutely amazing stuff he's got on layout going. It's far better than mine personally. And then you've got another chap on there who's I checked out recently. I forget his name, but I'll post a link or I'll make a reference comment or whatever. But there's really some great guys. You really are doing some good work out there. There's some great guys in our YouTube community out there that are just doing the basic stuff, running trains in the shed or just running trains in the house like what I'm doing. And it's true, it's not what you've got, it's how you use it. And I just want to say thanks for the inspiration for that, and I hope that my layout gives you some tips and ideas, or just gives you the incentive to get off your backside and go and do something on the layout or whatever. Anyways, this is Richard, aka Triple Valve 62 at the depot, saying mind the doors, and thanks for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed the layout video. And I'm going to shut up now and watch this Deltic doing its thing. That doesn't sound right. Steam whistle with a Deltic. Well, it could be in the yard somewhere. Something it's shunting about. Oh look, we've even got some. We've got some railway enthusiasts here by the fence, doing nobody no harm. They're on the correct side of the fence boundary. They're not trespassing. They're just enjoying the trains, and that's how it should be. I'll see you later. Take care. Bye bye.